All right, let's talk about a huge shift that's happening in corporate training. We're going to dive into how learning and development, L&D, is transforming from something that felt like an art into a full-blown science. We're going on a journey to see how data is completely changing the game for how companies train and upskill their people.
So let me ask you something. Does this sound familiar? You pour a ton of your budget into a new training program. Everyone goes through it, the feedback forms say people liked it, but then your boss asks about the real business impact. And the answer feels, well, a little fuzzy, right? Are you actually investing your money, or are you just spending it?
And that's really the heart of the problem we're talking about today. Without data, L&D is basically running on assumptions, on what we've always done, or just a gut feeling. At the end of the day, it's just a guess. But what if you could replace that guess with absolute certainty?
So, that brings us right to our starting point. Why bother with all this? What's the real reason for bringing data and analytics into our learning strategies in the first place?
It all boils down to this one crucial transition. It's about shifting your entire L&D function from a place of, yeah, we think this is having an impact, to a place of, we can prove this is having an impact. It's about trading hope for hard evidence. That's a game changer.
Okay, so how do we start building this? Well, before you can measure the impact of any training, you first have to be absolutely sure you're teaching the right things. This is the foundation, the diagnostic phase of the whole journey.
Now, people get these two confused all the time, but this makes it super clear. Think of the training needs analysis as your big picture, 30,000-foot view. It's asking, where's the company headed, and what big capabilities do we need to get there? Then, the skill gap analysis zooms all the way in. It's the micro-level view that asks, okay, to hit those big goals, what specific skills are teams and individuals missing right now? You absolutely need both to build a smart strategy.
So, you've found the gaps, you've delivered the training, and now for the million-dollar question. Did it actually work? This is where we shift from planning and diagnostics over to evaluation.
And really, the gold standard for measuring impact is return on investment. Yep, good old ROI. It's a really simple but powerful concept. For every single dollar we spent on this training, how many dollars do we get back? Whether that's in more sales, better efficiency, you name it. This is the language that the rest of the business, especially finance, understands and respects.
Just look at that number for a second. 250%. That's a real ROI from a data-driven training program. This isn't just about breaking even. This is about turning your L&D department from a cost center into an actual profit center for the business. This is the kind of potential we're talking about when you stop guessing.
Okay, so how in the world do you gather all this data and deliver these super targeted programs? Well, you need a pretty powerful technology engine running behind the scenes.
And the main piece of that engine is the Learning Experience Platform, or LXP. Don't think of this as your old clunky course catalog. This is more like a Netflix for learning. It's smart. It serves up personalized recommendations, but it also tracks what you're engaging with and what skills you're actually picking up. It's the data collection machine that makes all this personalization actually work.
All right, let's peek into the future for a minute. Gathering data on what people have already learned is great, but using that data to predict what they need to learn next, now that is where things get really exciting.
This timeline just lays it out perfectly. In the past, we had these generic one-size-fits-all courses for everybody. Right now, we're in the age of personalized recommendations thanks to LXPs. But the future, the next big frontier, is using all that data to build predictive learning paths. Basically, a smart system that automatically guides an employee on the perfect journey from the job they have today to the one they want tomorrow.
And this isn't science fiction. It's a real, practical, 5-step process. You start with the data from your skill gap analysis, you pull together the right content, you deliver it in a personalized way through an LXP, and then, and this is so important, you measure and certify that yes, this person has actually gained this new skill.
Okay, so theory is great, but let's bring this back down to earth. Let's look at how all these pieces, the analysis, the measurement, the tech, all come together in the real world. We're going to check out a case study of a big transformation in a pharmaceutical company's sales team.
This quote from the person who led the project, it just says it all, doesn't it? The goal wasn't just to tick a box and say, training complete. It was to fundamentally change how well their people could perform right from the get-go.
And here is the proof, the hard numbers. Look at this. Time to competency, that's how long it takes a new salesperson to get fully up to speed, was slashed from 9 months all the way down to 4. Employee engagement shot up,
And the ultimate bottom line number, sales quota attainment, jumped by a massive 19 points. That is a direct, undeniable impact on the business.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, the path is pretty clear, right? It's a journey from guessing to knowing, from being reactive to being predictive. The only real question left is the one you see right here. What is your organization's next step? Are you just starting out, laying that foundation, or are you ready to start building those predictive pathways of the future?